Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In the last video, we started our new topic on quadratic equations by introducing them and learning the basics. Today, we'll be getting into how to solve quadratic equations. Now, if you haven't seen the video on the introduction to the quadratic equations, make sure to watch that before watching this video. Anyways, let's get into it. The most common way of solving quadratic equations is using the quadratic formula. Let's use the equation x squared plus 8x plus 7 equals 0. The first step is to identify the values of a, b, and c in this equation. Remember, the standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. A is 1 because x by itself is the same as 1 times x. B is 8 and C is 7. The next step is to find something called the discriminant. The discriminant of a quadratic equation is b squared minus 4 times ac. In our equation, b squared is 8 squared, which is 64. A times c is 1 times 7, which is 7. Multiply that by 4 and you get 28. The final equation we have is 64 minus 28, and the answer to this is 36. So the discriminant of this equation is 36. The next step is to solve this equation using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant over 2a. This means that we have two equations to evaluate. Negative b plus the square root of the discriminant over 2a, and negative b minus the square root of the discriminant over 2a. We can use the values of a, b, and c to substitute the variables in this equation, and then solve. The first equation will turn into negative 8 plus the square root of 36, which is 6, over 2. Negative 8 plus 6 is the same as 6 minus 8, which is negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Now we have to substitute for the second equation. That equation will turn into negative b minus the square root of 36, which is 6, divided by 2. Negative b minus 6 is negative 14. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. This means that the answers, or roots, to this equation are negative 1 and 7. Let's try another one. This time, the equation is 2x plus 4 whole squared equals 0. You're going to try to solve this on your own. Remember to use the square of the sum method we went over in the algebraic properties video. So go ahead and pause the video to solve the equation. Okay, now let's go over it. The first step is to make this equation into the standard form of quadratic equations. And we can do this by using the square of the sum method to remove the parentheses. Since x plus y whole squared is x squared plus y squared plus 2xy, the equation will be 2x whole squared plus 4 squared plus 2 times 8x. This equals 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. Now we have our standard form, so let's solve it. The equation will be 16 squared minus 4 times 4 times 16. This is the same as 16 squared minus 16 squared, which we already know equals 0. Now, when the discriminant of an equation is 0, there's only one root, or answer, to the equation. To solve the equation, we will have to solve negative 16 plus or minus 0 over 2 times 4. This can be simplified to negative 16 plus or minus 0 over 8. As you can see, it doesn't matter if you add 0 or subtract 0. The value of the numerator will always be the same. So, the equation will be negative 16 divided by 8, which is negative 2. This means that the root of this equation is negative 2. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next video.